Hi everybody, my name is Priscilla WHole and this is the Osho Tarot reading for the full moon in Cancer in January 5th of 2015. So it's the first of the lunations of 2015. And being in Cancer, it's very much about family and home and protection with the crab shell. And being a full moon, of course, it's all about closing things off and ending things. So if you have anything you really wish to clear out and make the time, make most of this time to actually say goodbye to a few things that generally don't serve you anymore. So I'm just going to draw the card because I don't know an awful lot about Cancer and I'm being a bit lazy here. So, but anyway, the Cancer, or the card, sorry, I should say, that I'm drawing for tonight or today is in harmony. So effectively, this card is very much about being in harmony with yourself. It's actually really important to be centered and grounded within yourself. And when we tune into our heart and we tune into our inner vision with the third eye, we actually become quite incredibly grounded and centered. And so it's really very much a case of using this time to come home, make the most of it to really drop in and be as centered as possible as you can. If I remember correctly, the last reading that I did was the source card, and I was saying effectively that you need to come home and replenish your source. Make sure that you don't drain yourself so much that you can't function. And so this card is about saying that, you know, when you are full and you keep your well full, your own fire source full, you actually become a lot more in harmony with yourself and also with those around you and the people that matter to you, and even of course the people that you don't necessarily have a lot to do with, those that are, you know, you meet in the supermarket or pass in the street, or you know, you might sort of like meet them at the bank or whatever. You know, they've all got their own lives and they've all got their own things going on for them, and if you can find and look to see as possible, as much as possible, to create your own harmony, to create your own center, and come into your sense of harmony, then essentially it's like dropping the pond in the well. You know, the ripples affect outwards, and it's quite beautiful, and it's a really lovely experience to be able to share, because when you're centered and grounded and in total harmony within yourself, you'll find that people will naturally respond to you, and it is a really beautiful place to be functioning from. So yeah, I think it's a perfect time to do that. Full moons can be very, very intense. They bring up a lot of emotion and a lot of power. And with the Cancer full moon at the moment, it's very much about ensuring that you are clearing and looking at all the things that are around the home and within yourself and within the family, that if they don't serve you, you need to be prepared to let them go. And what better way to do it than do it with a sense of grace and ease and harmony from self, rather than doing it from a place of angst and anxiety and anger, frustration or whatever. It's been a very, very intense Christmas period. I know a lot of people have been very knocked by the energies at this point in time. And I can honestly say that I'm no different to anybody else. I've been quite heavily knocked around as well. So my journey is, when I see this card, to come home into myself, to trust that everything from my heart is in the right place. And of course, the more I come from heart, the more I'm able to be grounded and centered and loving and compassionate to those around me. So yeah, I think it's a beautiful card to realize that even in the midst of all the craziness, there can be gentleness and there can be harmony, there can be love, there can be grace and flow. I mean, look at the lines that flow from the dolphins, you know, down from, you know, coming from the heart and through the dolphins down into the third eye. It's really quite beautiful. And the whole point of this is essentially come home into self, stay as centered and as harmonious for yourself as possible, and then naturally it flows outwards. And what more could we possibly ask for in these crazy times? Looking to stay as clear as possible. So I think that's about it for the moment. The next reading will be for the Aquarian new moon, which is going to be January 20. So I shall be doing a reading then, and if you feel that this reading has been useful for you, please, by all means, you know, feel free to share it. I love doing them. I really enjoy tuning into what these cards have to say, because they're just always so pertinent to what's going on And it's such a personal journey for every one of us. And the more we stay grounded, the more we stay centered, and whatever tools we need to use to do that is totally perfect. So Happy New Year to everybody. I probably should have said that in the beginning, but anyway, here it is now. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy 2015. And if you can try and find that harmonious place from within, you'll be amazed at how things flow for you, and for me as well too, as long as I come home into myself. Okay, much love everybody, and see you for the next reading.